Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Ross Dove, CEO of Hertiage Global. It's a publicly traded company. The symbol is HGBL on NASDAQ, and Hertiage Global will be presenting at our upcoming investor conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase, taking place April 25 through 27, 2023 in Las Vegas, where Hertiage Global will be on Maj Soueidan's top tier track. And for more information to register, please go to www.planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Ross, good to see you. How are you doing?
I'm excited. I can't wait to be on a top tier track for once. Sounds cool. Sounds big.
It just means you're like, you're just like higher up on a stage, like
you got me all excited, man. Top tier.
Very good. Well, listen, we actually had a chance to do an interview together a little bit later in the year last year in October. But before we get into some of the updates, especially since just yesterday, we're recording this on March 10th, 2023. On March 9th, you guys just reported your full year earnings, which we'll definitely talk about. For those that haven't heard of Hertiage Global or seen an interview that we did previously, give us that quick overview of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Quick overview. Well, the quickest overview I can give you is we're in two businesses. We're in financial assets and we're in industrial assets as primarily a valuer and a reseller. In industrial assets, we're mostly an auctioneer. We work for big multinational companies like Pfizer, Halliburton, Amgen, and we also work for companies in distress, monetizing their assets on a monthly basis. On the financial side, we primarily sell charge-offs, auto loans, credit card loans, and now a lot of the kind of new age fintech loans. Putting those two businesses together, we, I'm quite happy to say, just reported a record quarter with over $11 million in net operating income. Million shares are traded today, so you picked us on a day when we're in a very good mood.
To be fair, you picked the day for the recording, but I'm just semantics, right? Last time we did an interview, we actually put that out. We published it on October 19, 2022. So as we've just alluded to, let's dig into that recent news. Company just put this out yesterday on March 9, 2023, full year and Q4 results. So tell me about it. Why was 2022 the year that it was, especially as compared to how the company performed in 2021?
So it wasn't really a comeback year. What it really was is the pandemic slowed us down substantially in financial assets. It was a combination of people staying home, not spending, and at the same time, government stimulus checks that really impacted the amount of assets coming to market. And then as a third function, lots of lenders that had non-performing loans for a bunch of social reasons didn't want to sell those loans and be a grim reaper during a pandemic. So they built up volumes. Now those volumes need to be monetized. So we're getting record levels of product to sell. And at the same time, on the industrial side, you saw what happened today with the closure of Silicon Valley Bank, which is kind of an amazing thing to happen. We're starting to see a lot of pressure for companies to basically right size, to become profitable, to monetize surplus. So the volumes are growing on both sides of the company. So it's kind of a sweet spot for Hertiage, and we think it's got multi-years going forward of legs where you're going to see increased consumer spending and you're going to see increased pressure on companies to right size and sell surplus assets at a time now where it's really changed. They can't easily cannibalize assets and put them into landfill and worry about their ESG ratings. So they're really focusing now on repurposing assets and getting assets out in the circular economy. So we kind of woke up where everything's working for us all at once.
And so, Ross, from a business perspective, and marketing perspective, how do these firms, both on the industrial and the financial side, know to come to Hertiage Global to unload some of these assets?
We just told them to listen to the webcast we did with you, and it's really helped. They basically know because we have a business development team that's actually going out, and the world has changed now to where there's information that's really everywhere. So if a plant's closing, they're filing a WARN Act and they're notifying you the plant's closing. There are layoff trackers, so we have access to finding them. And the fact that we're doing 250 auctions a year, they find us through the other auctions we're doing. So it's kind of both at once, and it's self-fulfilling. The more auctions you do, the more auctions you get. The busier you are, the more people want to do business with you.
Very good. So from what you can tell us, you just, like we said, the full year 2022, the Q4, you put all that out together. From what you can tell us now looking ahead, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for 2023?
So we're looking at increased consumer spending, and we're also looking at increased deficiencies. So if you look at the auto market, during the pandemic, everyone got a stimulus check, and a lot of people paid off their car payments. It's now switching, and now we see auto deficiencies climbing. We're a market maker in auto deficiency sales, so we're a market maker in a growing volume. As consumer spending goes up, the math is pretty simple. Defaults go up along with consumer spending. When defaults go up, some materialize into charge-offs. We're now at a very different time in fintech, where a lot of these companies have started 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. They've now built up a much larger volume. And as their volumes increase, their charge-offs increase along with the volumes. So our asset flow is going up. And so what we tell everybody, when should you buy Hertiage Global? When you believe they're going to have more supply. It's a very simple algorithm. The more supply we have, the more we sell. The more we sell, the more we make. The more we make, the more free cash flow we have to put into Hertiage Global Capital, where we're getting nice returns. So as long as we stay very profitable and we can take that free cash flow and lend it out at accretive returns, there's kind of a built-in CAGR where we think we're actually, for an old school auction company, we're now declaring ourselves a growth company.
Very good. And my final question for you here today, because you're going to be coming to the event doing
Can't be the
one-on-ones.
final question. I'm just warming up.
I know. Listen, we're going to be doing a long form one, I think, at some point soon. So don't worry, I got you there. But my final question for you here, because we're going to be posting this on your company profile page for the conference, where folks will be evaluating if they want to request one-on-ones with you. For what would you say are the three main reasons why folks should want to take a meeting with Hertiage Global at our event?
Well, number one, we're very engaging, we're very witty, and we're very fun to hang out with. So that would be the primary reason. The second reason is what are you laughing at? I'm telling you the truth.
You're the second CEO, literally back to back, that was their first reason. So I'm now realizing that's going to be everybody's first response.
The other guy was top tier too. So the second reason is this, I believe, is a really good entry point if you want to invest in Hertiage. You're getting into Hertiage at a time when we really believe we have multiple years of a logical argument for why and how we can grow. So waiting to meet us, I think, wouldn't be as prudent as meeting us early. And I hope in Vegas we get a lot of new people meeting us. The third reason, I'm not even going to tell you. I'll wait till they meet me to give them the third reason.
Very good. Well, Ross, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on Hertiage Global?
Hertiage Global trades on the NASDAQ, as you said, under the symbol HGBL. There's lots of information there. Also, we're very easy to get a hold of. If you reach out to us at corporate, we're happy to take one-on-one meetings at any time with anybody curious to learn more.
Very good. And the website is hginc.com. Ross?
That's the parent website. Yes, it is.
Very good. Well, Ross, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And I'll see you in Vegas.
I'll see you in Vegas. You be good. Thank you.